Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, Akshay.
Okay. Just a second, guys. Yeah, Venkatesh, you are there?
He is not joined yet, Akshay, I think.
Okay. Prabhu, connect with him and let me know once he joins. Make him a co-host.
Fine.
Okay. Okay. So all of you can switch off your videos. Whoever is on it. Okay. And I can see many people, they have not updated their names. You can mention your name here. Okay, P or something, a system picked ID will be there. So you can change that and mention your full name. Okay, so next weekend onwards, it will be a registration process will be there, and through your email ID only you need to log in. Okay, it's a direct login, right? Now you're directly clicking and you're logging. Next week onwards, it will be not like that. So to mention your email ID and then it will allow you to get in. Okay, how to do that and all, team will explain. Okay, later. Okay. I just want to know something. So we have provided you all the Google classrooms, right? How many of you have watched pre-learning sessions? What were given? So can you mention in chat box? How many of you gone through the pre-learning videos? Yes, yes. And there were 4 sessions. Okay, so I think all of you have gone through. And if not, you can watch that one. Okay, so let me show you that again. Right, these are the pre-learning sessions, right? You need to watch. Okay, the journey of SAP, right? Different projects and this procurement flow we have explained. Okay, so related to this, now more things you will get to know in level 2 classes. Okay, so again, I will not I'm going to repeat all these things so that you will get to know right in level 2 detail. Okay, so what exactly you are going to know that once class proceeds, what we are going to do in level 1, that we will see today. Okay, now all of you have watched it. If anyone not watched it, watch it in this week. That will be your assignment again. Okay, again tomorrow also will give many assignments, right? I will share my screen what we have covered in last class. The last week we are discussing about this course for who can learn this course, how this course is taught, what is your perspective, right? Different projects, right? So today we'll see what are the different projects in SAP.
Akshay.
Yes.
Akshay, Venkatesh is there.
Yeah, Venkatesh, am I audible?
Yes, Akshay. My internet was weak. Tell me.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So we'll connect with you at the end of the session. Okay,
yeah, sure.
I'm checking. Cool. So guys, today we will study what are the different projects in SAP, right? You guys are here for SAP consultant level training, right? Once you become SAP consultant, what are the different projects you will get? Okay, so 2 things will be there. So let me go into whiteboard. Right, 2 things will be there. One is end users. Another one is consultant, right? So end users means the people who are working in operations, right? In day-to-day activities, right? Last class we have discussed creating purchase orders, right? Goods receipt, invoice process, talking with vendors. These all things end users will do. Consultants, what consultants will do, right? They will get both, right? Means they need to know what operations is and how the backend process will work. troubleshooting as well as operations. Both need, consultant need to know. To do that, right? Once you become an MM consultant, right? So you will be high, you will get different projects. You will be deployed to different projects, right? One is your implementation project, right? Your support project, rollout, upgradation. Right? See, one by one I will explain in overview what what you are going to learn, right? In implementation, support, rollout, project, upgradation project, what will actually happen. These all things you will learn now. Okay, so if you get an implementation project, once you become consultant, so if you get an implementation project, what will happen? If you get a support project, right? How the process will be. These all things now overview I'll give today. Okay, so that we'll get to know what we are going to study in coming classes, right? So it will not be missed out. Right? If you get an implementation project, implementation means what? Implementation means what? Let's say now you are as I took example now. So let's say you are having your own coffee shop, right? So here your coffee shop become big and you have many stores, right, all over India. Okay, so you have offices in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi, right? Many offices you have, right? So you want to you are using Excel as your tool now, right? Already your legacy system. Legacy means your old system, whichever you are using now, that is your legacy system. Let's say you are using Excel, right? Excel system you are using in your company, right? You want to switch into SAP, right? You want to switch into SAP. Then what we'll do? We'll approach SAP team. Okay, SAP India will approach, right? Then SAP implementation partners will come, right? Who are the partners? Implementation partners, many are there. IBM, right? Infosys, right? Wipro, right? Like many 50+ companies are there. Those have license to implement SAP, right? Let's say IBM got the project, right? What they will do? They will come and implement SAP in your coffee shop, wherever your mother company is there. They will come there and they will implement SAP. Let's say your company shop, your coffee shop, right? You have 3 different plants, one in Bangalore, one in Hyderabad, one more in Delhi. Right? P1, P2, P3. 3 plants you have. Okay, you want to implement SAP, right? These people want to implement SAP means they will not come directly and implement it to all the plants, right? They will go with one plant they will try because business is already running, right? They will not take a chance. Right, they will come and implement it in Bangalore plant. Let's say example I'm taking, right? They will come and implement here. Okay, so means all you will be hired as a consultant to be hired in IBM team, so that you guys need to come and implement here SAP, right? How this exact process will work, right? Who will when you are going to hire, what process is these all things we will see level 2 in detail. Okay, overview I'm giving now. So we need to go here in Bangalore and we need to implement SAP. Okay, we need to understand their current business, how this business will work, these people, right? How they are using it in Excel. We need to understand this as is process, right? And we need to implement SAP in 2B. As is 2B process we will call. Okay, we need to implement SAP, right? So how this exact process will work, right? How exactly we will implement, which methodology we use, right? These people will come and however they want, they cannot implement, right? There is some methodologies will be there how we will implement SAP, right? So that is what you will call activate methodology, right? Earlier in ECC we will call SAP methodology, right? Accelerated SAP methodology. Now we will call activate methodology in S4HANA, right? Almost implementation process will remain same. Okay, many in explore phase and all some differences are there, right? That we will see once we go in detail. Right, using this methodology, okay, this is the way you need to implement SAP. Like that, we will go and implement SAP. Okay, this is your implementation project, right? So in implementation project, how we will implement SAP, right? Again, multiple ways are there, right? So I have not went to a support project and rollout. I'm explaining in implementation only. Okay, so we'll see what all way we can implement SAP, right? So here, it will come your greenfield implementation. Greenfield implementation, first one. Okay, so what is greenfield implementation? Let's say you're using one legacy system, right? This is your legacy system, right? So you are moving it to S4 HANA, legacy to S4 HANA. Legacy means your old system. In your coffee shop, whichever system you are using, Excel or Microsoft Dynamics or any system you are using, you need to move from your legacy system to SAP system, right? So SAP S4 HANA, you want to implement this, right? How we are going to implement, right? Here, what you need to do, all configuration you need to create, okay? All developments you need to create it freshly here, right? Right, all master data, right? If you want, you can create it all master data here, right? All transaction data, everything we will create it freshly in S4 HANA system. Okay, this is your old system. Let it be your ECC or any other system. This has been the SAP old version, right? The company is using SAP old version. They want to move into S4 HANA means this is also called greenfield implementation, right? If any other system is using, they want to implement newly from scratch means that is also called greenfield implementation. Greenfield means one another word you can use from scratch implementation, right? So this is the greenfield implementation. So what you will move, then what are the data you want, right? For example, here in ECC or any other system, thousands of materials you have, right? You will not go on create every materials there, right? All materials you don't want to create everything here. So that materials, if you want, you can move. How you will move materials? You will using a data migration cockpit will be there, right? Using that we will move, right? LTMC, right? LTM, many methods are there to move your master data, right? Only your master data will move. What are the data we will move? Master data, we will move materials, your different vendors. These all things we can move here, right? Another thing, what you can move? Your open purchase orders, open data, right? Your open purchase order, open sales order, anything open, right? Means if you have not done GR, goods if it is not done, that data will move from your legacy system to SAP system. How we will move this exactly? We will learn in level 2 classes, right? We'll run and we'll show everything. How from for example, here in coffee shop, let's say you have your own coffee shop, right? Right here, this is your old system. Here you will take all downloads in Excel, right? So that Excel files and all, now we will arrange it as per our, S4 HANA, how it fits, or we need to arrange that one, right? In overview, if I tell means, and then that file we need to upload it here. So that multiple materials automatically get created, right? What if developments are there already here, right? How I can move here, right? No developments are moved here. All developments will create it here only. All backend configurations will do freshly. Okay, this is your greenfield implementation. Overview I am telling, right? Before I move to next, greenfield implementation is clear for you guys in chats box, all clear? Any questions you can ask now or later also. I know for freshers it will be heavy now. Okay, that's why I'm going overview now. In detail, I will explain in level 2. Okay, so you need to adjust to it. Your many new screens you will get to know, right? Today we will show you, some SAP screens today, right? You need to experience all those things. Okay, today. Fine. So if greenfield implementation is clear, now another method of implementation I will show. Okay. This is your greenfield implementation. Second one is your conversion project. Conversion project, conversion implementation, conversion project we will call. This is brownfield implementation also we will call. Okay. In conversion project, what will happen? Let's say this is your legacy system. Okay. So you are converting your legacy system to S4 HANA system. Right. Here the catch is, here legacy system should be ECC. Then only it will work conversion project. Right. Conversion project, what will happen? All the historical data will move. Right. What will move? All transition data, configuration, right? Your developments, your master data, right? Whatever, right? In ECC, already SAP ECC, the company is using means all the things will move from ECC to S4HANA, right? So how we'll move here, right? See, in this case, in a greenfield implementation, don't get confused. It's a scratch implementation. Everything we will create it in S4HANA system, right? Only master data, whatever required, that will move. Here, the whole system, ECC, if the company is using ECC means all the historical data will move to S4HANA. How we are going to move this one? Using many tools are there, right? Your SUM, DMO, right? Your system update manager, right? Like, basis team will use, right? Like we have as a MM functional model, that basis team will be there, right? These people will help you to move this data, right? They will set up the system. They will, set up the RFC connection between the ECC and S4HANA. Your remote functional call they will set up, and then they will move it, right? So how they will move? What is our consultant work here, right? What we need to check? These all things we'll see in coming classes in level 2, right? If you get a conversion project, right? So what is your work? What is your role, right? How this process will work? These all things we'll see, right? As far as your in your resume is concerned, you need to show I have done one implementation in greenfield, not conversion project. Conversion is a complicated project. It looks simple. All data will move, right? Quickly. How why it is complicated? These all things we'll see in level 2 classes. Okay. Conversion project is clear, guys. If it is clear, mention all clear in chat window. What is LTMC? Legacy system migration cockpit. Here now is asking this one, LTMC. This is legacy system migration cockpit. Using this method, we will upload the data into S4HANA. Multiple ways we can upload. Okay, so direct file transfer method is there, right? Direct file transfer method we'll use. Staging file approach we'll use, right? File transfer method we'll use, right? In file transfer method, this LTMC will come, right? Through BAPI also you can upload, right? Many ways are there to upload the data. You will see in level 2. In basis how it works in SUM, DMO. It's just it's a middleware. Okay, third-party tool they will use and will upload. Okay, how this exact process will work, you will learn in level 2. Sagar is asking repeat conversion project. Okay, Arvind is asking if data needs to move from Oracle, this conversion project. No. If data is moving from Oracle, it's not a conversion project. It's a greenfield implementation. Here, as I told, conversion project only will happen if the system is already using ECC system. This is what we'll call brownfield implementation, right? So other thing is called your greenfield implementation. Puneet, Prabhu, can you unmute Puneet? You want to talk? Naresh is asking what is ECC? Enterprise central component or enterprise core component. So we have watched my pre-learning session. There I have explained. Okay, earlier it was R/2, R/3, and then ECC took over, and then S4HANA.
Yeah, hi, actually, can I speak?
One second. Yes, Puneet.
So you have said that in greenfield also we can go from ECC to S4HANA.
Correct.
And conversion also we can do. Conversion anyways, it has to be ECC. So what is the reason if you already have ECC, why would they go for greenfield instead of conversion?
Correct. Good question. Okay. I will answer that. So he's asking basically, guys, so here in greenfield implementation, you can see here also we can move from ECC to S4HANA, right? Here also ECC to S4HANA, right? Why I need to choose conversion instead of greenfield? He's asking, right? So here the thing is from ECC to S4HANA that all the data is moving in. Here we are not moving all the data. Here all fresh implementation are doing, right? Here also now we can do all data, right? Why we will not move all the data? Because the current system, what they are using, it may be all their master data will be corrupt, right? Their transaction data or basic configurations will be correct. They don't want to bring that corrupted data into this new system. This is the main reason most of the companies are going for a greenfield implementation. Right here, what will happen in conversion project? All data will move. All your old configuration. It's not like in S4 HANA. Once you implement everything, all things will work fine here. No, if you are you have your bad master data, means everything will come here. Same thing only. That is the reason business will go for greenfield implementation, because it's a fresh implementation. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Here, if your master data is perfect, everything is perfect, you can move conversion project. All the data will move here, right? So in greenfield, only you need to do all the configuration freshly. We will not move anything here. Only master data will move.
Yeah, but that's what. But in greenfield, we are moving the master data. No? So if the master data is corrupt, then it doesn't serve the purpose, because we are moving the master data in greenfield.
That's what I'm doing. Here, only master data we can move. It's not mandatory to move master data, right? Hence why it is a fresh implementation. You can do all these things freshly. Right? Here I'm moving all the materials, already created materials. Configurations you can create it here, right? All the new configuration related to master data, everything you can create it here. Okay. So if you're in this system in greenfield, they want to do their master data is corrupt. They don't want to bring master data. I mean, they will not bring anything. Everything they will create it freshly here. Right? If everything is working fine, right, in ECC, right, I don't want to make any changes. Everything data I want to push it to S4 HANA, then they will go for conversion project.
Okay, now I got it.
Okay. Okay. In conversion project, only 1%. No, team will be there. Okay. When I'm explaining only, at the point of consultant, right? All consultants will be there. No? So they will move their own data, right? All the data will be moved, right? Individual team work will be there, right? prospect, what we need to check while conversion project is happening, right? What testings we need to do, each and everything we need to monitor here, right? This exact in depth you will learn in level 2 class. First, you need to understand overview, right? What different projects you will get, so that you can start working on level 1 topics. So can we have greenfield implementation in level 2? Yes. So we have detailed processes are there in level 2. If you see here, right, able to see my screen. This is your level 2 portion. Okay, so in detail you will learn how exactly your greenfield conversions will work, right? How the phases will be there, right? What exactly we are going to do in business blueprint, requirement gathering, prerequisites, right? See, many things are there. Okay, you will learn day wise, week by day 4, how it will work, right? Now, if you learn now you will not understand this thing. Okay, so that's why overview I am giving now, and you need to learn level 1 topics first. Okay, means all concepts you need to know, different types of purchase orders, master data, Fury, right, release, your MRP, right, inventory management, all these concepts you need to know, so that all the dots you can connect it in level 2. Okay. Okay, so I'll proceed. Venkatesh, you can answer in chat box. Okay, you can take those questions. So I'll proceed with the next topic. Okay, so after conversion project, right, this is how 2 methods are there to implement SAP. Okay, so conversion, again your blue field implementation will come, that is your rollout, right? Rollout project means what? Rollout project means, so let's say, as I told you have your own coffee shop, right? You have 3 plants, P1, P2, P3, 3 different areas. You have 3 different plants, right? So let's say we have implemented SAP in plant 1. Okay, So you have implemented SAP in plant 1, and same thing you want to implement in plant 2 means this is called a rollout project. We'll take all the data here, right? How we have implemented all the test scripts we will take, right? Every nodes we will take from here and we will implement it to plant 2. This is called rollout project in high level. Plant to plant. This is one concept. Another one. Let's say you have a coffee shop, right? You have under that you have 2 different company code. One company code. One company code 2. The company code means different line of business you have. Okay. For example, as I will take one more example here. Okay. Let's say Tata is a company, right? So under Tata, many things. Tata consultancy services are there. Tata Motors are there. Right? 2 different businesses they have. Right? This is called we'll call a company code. Right? So let's say we have implemented SAP in this TCS means, right? Same thing we are implementing in other line of business. Company code to company code we are implementing. This is also called rollout project. Rollout project may be a plant to plant or company code to company code. But again, rollout method, this follows again our SR methodology or activate methodology. Right? How we are implementing it. Right? Same way how we will implementing Greenfield, same way we need to implement here also. Same way how conversion project will work, here also same thing will work. Right? Only thing we are rolling out the project. Either it may be a plant to plant or company code to company code. Right? Is it clear? Rollout project is clear, high level. Support project I will tell. Okay, so if rollout is clear, then I will move to next project. Right? If you get a support project, right? Once you become concerned, if you get a support project, right? Support project means what? In high level, the company, let's say ABB. ABB is a company which is already using SAP. Okay, for this company, if you want to give support, right? Once they are using support for another company, they want to extend it to new company. They will approach again SAP, right? IBM. They will approach, let's say IBM, project implementation partner or support partner. Right? These people, right? Then these people will support to ABB company. Right? In implementation, what will happen? They need to go on site and implement SAP. Here in India or in world, wherever they are, they are located, right? They can give support from there itself. We can sit in our own IBM office and you can give support to different clients, ABB or other different clients. We can give support. Right? In support, what will happen? These ABB people, these people are working in operations. Right? This is a product-based company. These people are working. Right? Day-to-day activities, purchase order, your GR, master data, all these things. The people are working. Right? Any doubts they are getting, any errors they are getting, right? Any they want any developments they want, right? Any master tech queries they have, they will raise a ticket to us. We will solve their tickets, right, and give solutions to them. This is a support project in high level. Right? Again, multiple things will come, right? Which level of tickets will come, right? How developments will happen, right? How high, medium, low priority tickets will come, where they will come, which ticketing tool we are using. Everything we will see in when we are explaining support project in detail level 2. Okay, concept you understood? Support project is clear. Arvind is asking repeat once. Okay, support project means we are giving support to our clients. Okay, we means here I'm considering as a consultant, right? IBM, we are setting it here, right? We got a support project from ABB team or any other, the people who are already using SAP, right? The company which is already using SAP, the company which is already implemented SAP, S4HANA is already implemented that company, right? S4HANA or ECC, anything. Okay, so if you get a support project, you will sit wherever you are, right? You can give support to those people. How you can give support, right? Based on different servers we have, so how I will give a little bit explanation about the servers what we have. Right here, 3 servers are there. Okay, development server, quality server, production server. right? Here in production server, our end users are using this one. Right? Here end users are working. Okay, they have their own server. Let's say here ABB company is working here. Right? We consultants, where will work? We will work in development and quality server. Right? Servers is dependent. It is a centralized system, as I told. Na? So whatever changes you can make here, right? You need to move the data from here to here, here to here, so that it will reflect to these people. Once these people get any query, they will raise a ticket to us, whichever we are sitting here. So we need to make the changes or any changes or anything we need to check. We need to check it in development server, right? Make that changes in once changes is done, we need to test it in quality server, and then that data will move to production server where our end users are working. Okay. So this is high level. I have given explanation in servers. Any doubts in servers? Okay, many doubts are there here, so I will unmute so that I will allow anyone wants to talk. Yeah, one by one, guys. Any doubts here? Before I move next, you can unmute and ask. Who is asking questions in chats? No? Anyone wants to talk? Prabhu, can you make Venkatesh as co-host?
You only can make him co-host. I'm a co-host.
Okay, one second. Okay, guys, you're able to unmute yourself, right? Who is asking? Puneet, please raise your hand.
Yeah, that was earlier for that earlier.
Okay. Anyone has doubts in who is writing in chat box, they can ask question. Support is clear. Can you please repeat rollout? Okay, support is clear means then I will
Actually,
proceed.
one sec.
Yeah.
In which server we are going to practice it?
We are in training system you're asking?
Yeah, in the training session.
Yeah, in training system we are practicing on one server only, which has all three servers.
Okay,
Right?
so
we are
in
going
the
to
real
act as a
time,
consultant. We are going to work as an end user, right? So
yeah.
one system we have, right, which has all these three servers. You can consider like that.
Okay, how about in the real time?
Real time we will work in development and quality server. We don't have access to production server.
Okay.
We will not work on production server. We don't have access also to work in project, to make any changes in production server. Very rare cases we will use production server firefighting ID you need to raise, right? And then we'll allow to work in production server. Means any quick changes they want to do means you can do. How that will work, we will learn in level 2.
So in
But
the
we
that
consultants will work in development and quality server.
Okay, in the real time we'll work in only development and quality servers.
Correct.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, now you are we need to show both the systems, right? That's why one server which is having all these three. Means we have access to do the backend settings, front end also you can do. Right? In real time, whenever these people want to do any backend systems and production server, these people don't have access to your development and quality. Backend they cannot go. Transaction denied, they will get an error. Okay, some people are end users here. You have experience any T codes you are working, right? This is not authorized, like errors will come. So that it is restricted. You are using different server. Once you log in into another system using other user ID and password, right? Another server, right? So you will development server quality you can use. How exactly the servers will look and all, so my team will show you in coming classes once class starts.
Okay, and even if we are as an end user consultant, we'll work in only two.
End user?
Consultant, as an end user consultant.
End user consultant means what? End user means end users only, right?
Yeah, only for that.
You are working in production only if you are end user.
Okay.
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 In end users, again, many things will come. Your core team members, key team members means what? Core users means what? Super users, right? These all things you will learn. Okay. Can I proceed ahead?
Hello.
Yes.
Arvind here. You said, like support project means IBM is like a certified supporter for the SAP. SAP.
No, example I'm taking like that. Many companies
Okay.
are there. 50 plus companies
Okay.
are there which has license to implement, to do support, to do the rollouts.
Only that company will do the support this thing.
That's what. No, IBM will not do. Na? Many companies are there. Whichever company got that project, that people will do. If ABB has the right to choose any company.
Okay.
Right. Whichever. So they will give the proposal how it will work. Na? So once they want, ABB wants to implement SAP or they want to support project. Okay, they will give their proposal to different companies. Okay, we want to do the support, and these IBM, Wipro, many other companies are partner, implementation partner. These people will give their own proposal. Okay, we have already implemented these electrical companies and all. Right, these the records we have. We will implement better. Right, we will do support better. Right, we have record of like this. They will propose like this one by one, and these people have right to take whichever they want. Once they take support project, those people will do the support for 1 year, 2 year, and all. Right.
Okay.
Again, many things will come. Auditing team will be there, right? Those people will do the auditing and implementation support also. Right? You will learn that one.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So I will learn it again. Okay, so different projects you get to know right now. Your implementation, support, rollout, upgradation, greenfield, right? Your brownfield, conversion project. Okay. Once you get to know all these things, okay, so now we'll proceed your P2P process. Right. Okay. So tomorrow what will happen? Tomorrow I'm going to start, Venkatesh is going to start your enterprise structure. Okay. So what is enterprise structure and all, he will explain. Okay. Before going that, right, we will show you an overview of how the P2P process will work in SAP. Okay. So how the exact how to create how you can use already created materials also. How to create a material vendor, right? How our how to create a purchase order. Right, how goods will receive, right, how to do invoice posting. These all things we will show so that you will not miss, right? You will get to know, okay, what exactly is happening here, and then to do all these things, right, we need to build our system, right? We need to create an enterprise structure, right? Enterprise structure means, as I told, we need to create our company code, right? Okay, which is the line of business, what our line of business is, what, right? What are the plants we have, how many plants we have, right? How the purchasing department will work here, right? Where are our storage locations? How we link all those things? These are all things we will learn in tomorrow's class, and then we'll proceed to how we will build our master data in a system, how our vendors we need to build, right? How we will fix the price for any material, right? How the list of vendors will look, right? And then how will different types of purchase orders will work, right? One by one, your class will proceed like that, right? So to do that, so we will show you one P2P process overview. Okay, so that will be Venkatesh will show you all these things to you. So I will take over to Venkatesh. Venkatesh?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, I can take over from here. You can introduce yourself quickly and you can start.
Yes, thank you. Hello, hi everyone. This is Venkatesh. I'm an MM certified consultant. I have nearly 8 years of experience. I have done nearly 4 to 5 implementation and 1 support project. Okay, this is my overview. Let me quickly share my screen. Yes, can someone confirm is my screen visible? Okay. Right. As there are some of the pressures also in this batch, let me quickly start with the SAP. What is SAP? SAP is nothing but S is nothing but system, A is nothing but application, and P is nothing program. System application program. SAP is nothing but system application program. Why this SAP came into picture into the business? Let me tell you that first, so that you will have an idea in the business. In past, when the business gets started, in business there are multiple transactions. One, if you take the first thing, the finance transaction will be there, purchase transaction will be there, sales will be there. If you are a B2B seller, you will have a sales there, and you will have a warehouse, and you have multiple HR. So these are the multiple activities which are getting done in the system. So for finance, so in the past they was using Incher as a tool where they can do the all calculations and to know what is the profit and what is the loss. They used to use the tool called Incher, or if you want still more simple, you can use Tally. So this was a tool which they was using. For purchase, take it as Tally. For sales, Oracle, and for warehouse, you can take Oracle. So they was using some different types of softwares in which the information need to be transferred from this system to that system. So what SAP did is they integrated all the tools into one software called SAP. So in SAP, you have different modules. One is finance. You can do finance. You can purchase. You can do sales. You can have your warehouse activities. You can have your production activities. So all the activities can be done in a single software called SAP. So business or the market preferred to use SAP as a tool to do their business. If you see nearly all the Fortune 500 or Big 8, everyone uses SAP as a tool. Even to lock their time and lock out the time, they use SAP. Right? It is flexible to use and user friendly to use. Right? So they started SAP using. Now let me tell you what is the types of SAP. In SAP, the first thing which got released was ECC. I will not go the complete part of SAP, just I will give the overview here so that you will have an idea what is SAP. And in ECC, what was happening is the complete structure which I mentioned here, the work was happening in ECC, and SAP introduced a new structure called S4 HANA. What is the difference between ECC and S4? In ECC, what happened? In ECC, SAP was just a software to store the data. You need some database. You need some database. So in ECC, what happened? SAP, it was just a software, and database was third party. For example, you can take it as Oracle, Microsoft. So SAP was just a software, and they was using the database of Oracle and Microsoft. Coming to S4, this was a new edition which SAP introduced, S4 HANA. HANA is nothing but the database. They introduced their own database because SAP now, when they started ECC, they was using other database. They was paying the other database to Oracle. They was paying some money and they was using their database. Right now, SAP has built a wide now. So what they thought is, why they are paying to the third party? Why they cannot build an own database? So they built a database called HANA. Now SAP is not paying the money to the third party. They are using their own database. That is the major difference of SAP ECC and SAP S4 HANA. Right? This is an overview of SAP. Complete details regarding SAP you will learn in this level 2 class. Now, let me, as I said, you have different modules called finance, production, purchasing, HR, and warehouse management. Now, as we are consultant, what is consultant? And in SAP, there are 3 job roles. One is consultant, one is power user, and one is end user. Let me go from the bottom. End user is nothing but who is procuring the material or working the endpoint is nothing but end user. Power user is nothing but he is a coder. You can call him as an ABAPer in SAP language. And who is consultant? Now, for example, what we are going to learn is nothing but consultant. What is consultant now? Consultant is nothing but, in the name itself, you can say some end users or the power user can consult us. They can consult us for ideas. Right? So if they consult us for ideas, then we need to understand their system. As Akshay said, we need to understand what is their system as is, and we need to provide them the ideas or implement their system, how the system should look. That is the job of a consultant. The work which consultant does is he provides the ideas and design their system into as per their wish or as per their plan. That is the job of consultant. Now, as I said, we have different modules in SAP. We have FICO, MM, production planning, HR, and warehouse management. These all are different modules, and each and every modules have their own scope. But what we are focusing on is, we are going to focus on this MM. MM is nothing but material management. Material management. Now, what is this material management? Material management is nothing but complete purchasing. If a company needs to purchase something for their direct consumption or the indirect consumption, direct consumption in the sense they are consuming for their own use. For example, they are procuring their furniture for their office, that is a direct procurement. And indirect procurement is nothing but they are purchasing for the customer purpose. Okay, if company wants to purchase something or they need to have any product into the company, they need to consult an MM guy. That is nothing but material management. So complete purchasing point of view will be handled by a material management. Material management will. In material management, you will find the end user and the consultant. End user is nothing but who is purchasing the material. And consultant is nothing but who is designing the system for purchasing. How end user is purchasing? Based on our design. We are going to design the system. So based on our design, the end user is going to purchase the material. Right? Any doubt in SAP and the consultant part, what the consultant work? You can ask in the chat box. If everything is clear, you can mention it all clear. Material management, power user, and portion, repeat once. Okay. Let me answer one by one. Power user is nothing but in SAP, all the software are designed using coding, right? Without coding, none of the software can be designed. So to design the software, you need a coder. He is known as a power user. For example, you have something in the system which your client is requesting something and you don't have that in the system. So that will be designed by the power user. You need to write a code for that and he will design that in the system. That is power user. Okay, the next one, MM portion, and the repeat once more. MM is nothing but material management. Who, if in a company, if you need anything or if you want to buy anything, you need to consult an MM guy who is a material management guy. only he has the rights to purchase the material in the system. None of the consultant like PICO, production planning, HR, WM, none of them have the rights to purchase the material in the system. Only the material management guy has the rights to purchase the material. Anyone who requires the material, they need to ask the MM guy or raise a request to MM guy to place a request with the vendors so that they can purchase the material. Next, as a consultant, are we supposed to do coding? No. As a consultant, we have no scope of doing the coding, but you need to have a knowledge to at least read the coding. At least you need to know how to read the coding, and if you see the coding, you need to understand on what basis why the coding has been written. If you have that knowledge, that is enough. You don't need of learning how to write a coding. Fine. Any more questions? MM consultant need to support MDM. Yes, he need to support. Fine. If there are no more any questions, then I'll quickly move forward. After this course, will I be able to condition to write a code? No, you will not be in a condition to write a code, but you will be in a condition to understand the code. Right? Okay. Let me move forward. Now, let's speak completely about material management. Material management. Now, I will not speak in the SAP base. I'll speak in the base of normal language. Let me speak in the normal language. Now, for example, me, I want a laptop. Now, I'm planning to buy a laptop. So, who am I? I am a purchaser. Observe on my words. I am thinking to buy a laptop and I have decided to buy a laptop. So, I will become a purchaser. This is an SAP terminology. Okay. Now, what I do is, I go to the market. I go to the market. I find some different stores. I go to Dell store, HP store, and Apple store. And I will look into the products. I may have Dell 5537, HP 4586, and Apple iMac. Okay, these are the models which they are available right now. So I will go to the market and I will check in to each and every store and see the laptop. I'll see this, and this. So I'm a purchaser, and these stores are nothing but vendors or sellers. Right? I need a laptop. I'll become a purchaser, and I'll go to the market and log into some of the stores. Those stores are nothing but vendors or they are sellers, right? And they have these models. All these are models. In SAP terminology, we call them as a material. Okay, now we have introduced three words. What is purchaser and who is a seller and what are the materials. Right? Then you will ask him to provide the quotation. If you go to some store, you will not directly buy the material rate. You will ask him what is the price, what is the discount he is going to provide, and what is the other additional items which is going to provide with the laptop. So those all details you are going to collect. The details are called as a quotation. Right? This is an SAP terminology. And based on his offers, for example, think he is providing 20% of discount, he is providing 10% of discount, and he provides 5% of discount. So all the details it will be mentioned in the quotation. Details. Those are details. So based on their quotation or details, you will select a particular vendor. Like who is providing with a lower price, you are going to select him. Obviously, that is human psychology. So you will select this supplier and you are going to buy with him. So you will ask him to, you will have a requirement. Now you have a requirement that I need a laptop. That requirement is called as a purchase requisition in SAP terminology. And if you decide from whom you need to buy, you decided that you need to buy from Dell. So you are going to ask Dell person to provide a laptop. So that is called as a purchase order. You are asking, I'm going to purchase from you. So provide me the laptop. This is an SAP terminology. And he will provide you the laptop. He will hand over the laptop. Based on that, for example, think he is delivering the laptop to your home. Now, this guy is delivering the laptop to your home. So you receive it through courier. Through courier, you will receive it and you will sign, confirming that you have received the laptop. In SAP terminology, you can call it as a goods receipt. Goods receipt. Post you receive the material, you opt to cash on delivery. Post he delivers the laptop to you, courier boy will come and give you will sign and confirm that you have received the material, that is called as a goods receipt. Post you confirm, you will pay him. Payment will happen, that is called as an invoice receipt. With the laptop, he submits the invoice. Based on the invoice, you will pay your market cap. So this is a purchase cycle. This is in SAP terminology, we call it as a P2P cycle. Procure to pay. P2P is nothing but procure to pay. Let me repeat it again. I have a requirement of laptop. I'm thinking to buy a laptop. So I am a purchaser now. I'll go to the market and visit 3 or 4 stores, and the stores will become the sellers, and I will decide from which seller I need to buy the material. Material is nothing but the model of the laptop. So I will ask him to provide the details. That details is called as a quotation, and he will provide the quotation to me. Quotation is nothing but details. Based on that, I will decide from which store I need to buy the laptop. First, I decide the store, I will provide my requirement to my parents. That I'll go and speak to my parents saying that I'm planning to buy a laptop from this store for this price. You are placing a request. They will approve, and post that you will provide an order to the market, to the store guy, or think that you are placing an order to the Amazon. And based on that order, he will deliver the material to you. The courier guy will come and provide you the material. Based on that, you will sign and receive the material. That is goods receipt. Right? As soon as you get the material, you are paying the vendor. Right? Courier boy will submit the invoice copy also. Whenever you receive material from Amazon, with the material, you will have the invoice copy also. Based on that, the payment will happen. This is called the P2P cycle. Let me quickly draw a P2P cycle so that you will have a better picture. You are MMM guy and you have a requirement. I said requirement is nothing but purchase requisition. Purchase requisition. If you know from whom to buy, you will directly go and buy from that vendor. That is called as a purchase order. If you don't know from whom to buy, you have a deviation. You will go to the market and search and ask for the quotation. Based on the quotation, the details, you will decide from whom to buy and place a purchase order. As soon as you place a purchase order, the vendor will supply the goods to your warehouse and you do the GR. That is goods receipt. goods receipt. Post you receive the material. With the material, you will receive the invoice copy. And post you see the invoice copy. Invoice copy, you will buy the material laptop for 50,000. The invoice will be for 50,000. And you will see, and on the product, you will find 50,000 as the price. So if these three are matching, you will do the payment to the vendor. Right? This is the P2P cycle. The complete cycle is called as a P2P cycle, which is procure to pay. Right? And now this is in front end part. Front end part. Front end part. Complete the end user job. End user will work based on this criteria. Based on the requisition, he will place a PO, and as soon as he get the material, he will do the GR, and he will receive the invoice copy. He will send the invoice copy to accounts payable team. Accounts payable team will pay the vendor. This is completely end user. Now, you're going to buy a laptop, as I said. How the end user is buying the laptop? How this laptop is created in the system? That will be done by consultant. And from whom is buying? From some vendor or from shop. That shop is created in the SAP by a consultant. This is called as a material master. This is called as a vendor master. And you will have some for quotation, you will find a quotation configuration. And for goods receipt, you know the inventory management concept. Inventory management configuration. So to do this one cycle by the end user, you need to do a multiple transaction in the background and design the system based on the end user request or the company's or the business request. Right? And what are those requests? Let me list down some of the requests so that you will have some idea. First thing is the enterprise structure. What is enterprise structure? That we'll see tomorrow. Enterprise structure is nothing but it is a flow chart of business. How the business is appearing. If they have one company, for example, if you take Reliance, under Reliance you will have Reliance Trend, Reliance Smart, and you will have Reliance Furniture. So you have different business in Reliance. So how you are going to define that business in the system? That is nothing but enterprise structure. The second thing is the master data. Under master data, you will have material master. All the material which Reliance is selling, you will create in the system. All the vendors who is supplying the material to the Reliance, you will create in the system. And service. If you are getting some service from the vendor, those also will be creating it from the master data. And the price and the source of buying. All this you will call as a master data. And you have different configuration like pricing, how the accounts are getting affected. Those all you will see in the coming classes. Now, let me quickly log into the system and show you how the end user works. How the end user works. I know some of the end users are in this course. So let me quickly show how the end users work so that the freshers can understand better. Okay. Let me quickly log into the system. To log into the system, you will get the credential in some in 1 or 2 days. So go to the remote desktop. This is a remote desktop connection. Open remote desktop. What is the main role of consultant? Main role of consultant is nothing but I have explained here, right? Here, if you see the creation of the backend data, how the end user should work, and on what basis, on what data should the end user should work, that will be designed by the consultant. Right? Price increase, please increase the volume. Okay, sorry. Okay, is it fine now? Okay, fine. On the remote desktop, in 1 or 2 days you will get the login ID here, enter the login ID here, and click on connect, and you will get a user ID and password. Enter that user ID and password in the next screen, and it will take you to the screen. This is the remote desktop where you're going to work and do the configuration steps. Let me open SAP. This is an SAP. You can open it from double click or click on open so that SAP will get open. This is an SAP S4 HANA system. You will be using S4 2021, which is the latest version of SAP. So if you double click on this, there is a login pad where you will find different servers based on this. Actually, has explained the development server, quality server, and process server. Right? Those servers will be displayed here. So as we are using only one server, this is the demo server. We use the development server, quality server, and production server. These three servers are integrated into one server called SA S4 2021. You can log into the system and you will get your credentials. Log in with your credentials. So this is an SAP screen. I know some of the freshers are there. You will get used to this software quickly. So let me quickly explain how this software works. This is called as a search tab. You cannot search by using the words. You have some T codes in SAP where you need to search using the T codes, right? So in S4 HANA, what SAP has done is they created a new software called SAP Fury, where you no need to remember the T codes. You can directly search through the names. So we'll see Fury later. Let me show you that later. And this is a new tab. If you want to open a new tab, you can click here. And if you want to change your settings, you can change the settings here. Okay. All the regarding the settings, everything Prabhu will explain you in, as soon as you get the system or the SAP credentials. So let me quickly start how the business works. Now, think that you have a requirement. You're going to buy a laptop. You need the requirement, right? The end user needs the requirement to buy the laptop. So let me quickly create the requirement. To create the requirement, I'll be using Me51M. I said to you, what is the requirement in the SAP language? In SAP language, requirement is nothing but purchase requisition. If you see here, we have an option called purchase requisition. First, who needs the material or who has in the need of the material, he will raise this request. Okay, these you will have in the system. You will have three tabs. One is header, one is item, and one is item details. Give me a second, guys. Start. Yes, as I said, in the P2P cycle, what we saw the first word which we saw was the purchase requisition. This is a purchase requisition screen where you want to provide the request to the end user so that he can supply the material based on that, right? So let me quickly select which material I have a requirement. So there are some of the materials created. Think that I need a requirement for this material. Okay, I'll click enter. Based on your selection, here you will find which all data needs to be entered. So based on that, enter all the details so that you can place the purchase requisition and provide it to the end user. So it is asking for the quantity. I'll ask that I need 10 quantities. And it is asking for which plant. All this plant, storage location, material group, you will be learning in further class. Let me just give you the overview how the business purchase happens. So you have a company, for example, Reliance is a company. Under Reliance, you have different plans. You have Reliance Smart, Reliance Trend. So you need a material for Reliance Trend. Reliance Trend will be created in one system. So I'll enter my plant and the system is asking to enter material to not material for purchase. So I will change the material code. Okay, it is asking the price. For what price I need to buy? I mentioned I need to buy the material for 100 rupees. These only these are the entries which you need to enter in the requisition. You have a request. You have a request of this material. I need 10 quantity of this material, and for this price I need this material. And you are going to save this. As soon as you save, system will generate a purchase requisition. Right? System will generate a purchase requisition, and this purchase requisition is placed. Now, what post purchase requisition? What happens? The purchase requisition will get converted to purchase order. So you are going to buy this material from some of the vendor. Right? 1 second, my system is slow. Oh. Purchase requisition is raised. This is the requisition number. I'll take this requisition number and I'll convert this requisition number into a purchase order now. To convert requisition into purchase order, we need to have a T code called ME21A. Don't confuse for all these T codes. In coming classes, you will know what are these T codes and what are all the information. And I suggest you not to practice this now. I suggest you to at least wait for some 2 or 3 weeks so that you will have some idea what is purchasing completely, so that you can purchase the material, or you can practice the session. Okay, and post this, go to this record ME21. Now you're going to create the purchase order. Now you're going to send your request to the supplier or the vendor or the market guy. Now, who is your market guy? I think my market guy is this supplier, and all this purchase organization I'll explain to you tomorrow. And enter the purchase requisition here. And search based on the material. The material is one. Okay, I'm entering the purchase equation which I created right just now. So all the details will get captured from the purchase requisition. Okay, as soon as I enter that purchase requisition, so you are ready for order. Now what system is saying it is not approved for order. Okay, let me release it. Quickly created. I'm buying from this vendor. My material is 1, and my purchase organization is 2000, and I need 10 pieces, and 2000 is that. So now I'm going to save my PO. Now PO got generated. But I'll answer all your questions at the end. So now this is my PO. Now you have placed a PO to the vendor, and this PO is reached the vendor, and vendor wants to supply the materials to us. So if vendor wants to supply the material to us, he will supply through transportation, or for example, in our example, if we are supplying through the courier. As soon as we get the material, we will do the GR concept. Post purchase order, we need to do the goods receipt. So we use a goods receipt screen, goods receipt for purchase order. We enter the PO number here. All the details which are created in the PO will get reflected here. Now I'm going to receive the material. Where I'm going to receive the material, SL01. I'll let you know what is this plant, storage location, and this movement type. All you will know coming classes. Just understand how the cycle works. I'll check and I'll post. Probably you can access them to unmute so they can ask their questions. I'll do that. Yes, you can unmute yourself and ask your questions if you have any questions.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, sir. One I have one doubt.
Yes.
Before purchase requisition, you mandatory master data. You'll enter the master data.
Yes.
You directly purchase requisition. You write.
Yes.
We create the in purchase order and invoice process. Before purchase order, you purchase requisition. Who is approval?
Yeah. For that is a release strategy. That is an approval process. I will skip the approval process.
Okay.
That for that also you need to do some of the configuration. You have a separate session for release procedure where you can have a knowledge of release procedure. As of now, just understand what is the complete end user job, how the end user job works.
Okay.
Okay. Now
master data I only put on, or in before end users will be put on the in system, sir?
No, master data you need to create it.
Okay.
Master data consultant will create it.
Okay.
And end user will use that master data and create the purchase orders. They will create this purchase order and they will do the Migo transaction. That is, they will do the goods receipt and they will pay the vendor. Okay. Now, if you see, this is the order which is placed to the vendor. Now you receive the material and confirm the goods receipt. As per our P2P cycle, the next step will be invoice. To do the invoice, you have a transaction called Miro. Transaction T code is nothing but the transaction code.
Yes, sir. You directly write on the in purchase requisition. So I have doubt, sir. In material master, we created, we will enter the data. So I'll ask you, sir.
For material master, you have a 1 weekend session, and for create vendor, you have a 1 weekend session, and okay. Create the purchase requisition, you have 1 weekend session. I'm just showing you the overview of the purchase, how it happens in the business.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. And to do the payment for the vendor, I'll go into the transaction called Miro, and this is the invoice submit screen. What is invoice date? It is today's date. I'll select 2022 and reference, and I select the PO number. PO number is nothing but this is the PO number, purchase order number. I'll put the purchase order number here, and how much amount? It is showing us 1000 as the amount. I'll put 1000. I need to pay the amount for 1000 to the vendor, and tax code. Ignore all this. Just business price. Okay, and I'll post the invoice. If you post the invoice, vendor will get paid. Now, invoice is posted. Now, if you come and refresh your PO, you see this is the PO which you created. Let me show you this. First, you created the purchase requisition. That purchase requisition, you converted the purchase requisition into purchase order, and post that you received the material in the goods receipt. That is nothing but the goods receipt, saying that you received 10 quantity. And post you receive the goods receipt, you are paying the vendor. Based on this, you are paying the vendor. So this is a complete P2P cycle, how end users work. Now, if you see, there are multiple transactions happen here. how the P2P cycle worked. You used the material, you used purchase organization, purchasing group, company code, you use plant, material group, all these things, how it is getting fetched in the PO. It is based on the configuration which is done by a consultant. So from tomorrow, we will be seeing how this configuration is being done in the backend, and based on your configuration, how the data is getting reflected in the front end. That is a task of the consultant, right?
So you mean to say complete process we will do as an exercise here?
Yes.
Okay, and one more question. How these PO numbers are generated?
Yeah, that is based on the number ranges. You will know when you do the configuration in the backend. For example, to create a material, if you see the material number is 4 here, how this material number is 4, that is based on the number ranges. You will know when I teach you how the material configuration is happening in the backend. Based on that, you will know. That is completely based on the number ranges.
So one more thing. So the master data, what we are going to assign for a particular vendor or a number, that based on that number, this PO is generated, you mean to say?
Can you repeat your question, Max?
What I meant is based on the master data, for example, you have around 10 numbers, 10 items of suppliers. So for each supplier, you have a code.
Okay.
So based on that code, the PO is generated, like how it is generated based on the material.
No, based on that, the code is not generated. Based on the document type, if you see, this is the document type. Based on the document type, this is a standard document type. If you're going to do the stock transfer, or if you're going to buy the material from different type, for example, there are consignment, subcontracting. Based on that scenarios, your number range may differ, not based on the supplier.
Okay.
It is completely based on the purchasing, how you're going to do.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
So,
Sir, my question is like a purchase request is mandatory or we raise the PO, sir?
Yes. In some of the business, the request is mandatory, but in some of the business, it is not mandatory. How it is mandatory and how it is not mandatory, let me know. Whenever a department needs some material, they will raise a request to the procurement team, that is the purchasing team. So based on that, they will procure the material. That is the first point. And in some cases, procurement guys will have a regular supply. They need to regularly supply the material to some other department. So without the request, they will raise a PO. This is one scenario. Based on this both scenario, PR is mandatory in one scenario and PR is not mandatory in another scenario.
Like how you create a PR, sir, in a SAP, in SAP only, sir, Launchpad or manually?
In SAP itself, you create a PR. All in a business, everyone will have an access for SAP and they will have their access based on their roles. If one guy has an assigned, he need to create just a purchase requisition, he can only create a purchase requisition. He cannot create a purchase order. So that is completely based on the rules that you will be seeing in mostly after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you will see how the rules are defined in SAP.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
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 Yes.
I'm Varsha, sir.
Yeah.
How we can select the document type? There are many document types. How we can select the particular document types?
Yeah, there are some of the standard document type.
Okay.
Every is nothing but standard purchase order. UB is nothing but stock transfer order. So you have different type of purchase. For example, you have a standard purchase order. You are going to purchase some material from the vendor. That is standard purchase order. You are going to transfer some material from one plant to another plant. Then you will place stock transfer order. So all these document types, you will have better knowledge when you come into the configuration part.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Manjunath here, sir.
Yeah, Manjunath.
Yeah, once we create a material by the material selecting material from material master. Yeah, we are put a quantity and then the net price is automatically takes, or we have to put the price also.
Yes, even that is based on the configuration. As I said, if you see here in the master data, I have mentioned.
Yeah.
Price, source of buying. If you make this mandatory, if you do the configuration of this price and source of buying, the price will get picked automatically from the backend. If you don't do the configuration, yes, then you need to enter the price manually. That you will be seeing in the master data session. How you going to automate the pricing?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
If required material is not in the material master, end user will create, or consultant will create the material master for that material.
That is completely based on the business. If you have trained the end user based on how you want to create a material, if the end user has a knowledge how to create a material, he will create a material.
Okay.
How payment will happen manually through check. That is based on the business. If you want to make the payment through check, it can happen through check. Now everyone are using bank-to-bank transfer, so it can happen through UPI also. UPI, NEFT, or IMPS. Payment will happen based on that.
Sir, Arun is here.
Yes, Arun.
Sir, actually, did you skip the RFQ portion, that is request for quotation? You know, if we know the material, we can directly create a PO. If we want from, you know, competition price, then we have to we have to go for the RFQ, no?
Yes. If you know from which vendor you need to buy the material, then you can skip the RFQ process. If you don't know from which vendor you need to buy the material, then you need to go for the request for quotation.
There is a process for RFQ, you know, how will the request for the quotation, how will they appear the end user screen, vendor screen, and how will they reply to?
Yes, that we have a separate session how the RFQ works. You need to place an RFQ with the vendors. They will provide the quotation to you. You need to compare the quotation. There is a complete process happens nearly in 2 to 3 days. So we have a complete session for RFQ and the P2P backend and frontend. So in that session, you will understand what is complete RFQ, how the RFQ works in the backend.
Okay, thank you.
Wherever you use the word called backend, that is nothing but the configuration part.
Okay. Okay.
Does SAP software is connected to company's bank account? No, it is not connected to the bank accounts. The bank account details will be entering it in the SAP. It's not directly connected to the bank accounts. You are just entering the bank account numbers into the SAP system so that it can fetch the data. Payment can be made easier based on that. How payment process will happen? Payment process will happen completely based on accounts payable and payment terms. Based on the payment terms and the accounts payable team, the payment will happen. Yes, any more questions?
Sir, while you were teaching, your writing screen looks like little bit hanging, or you know, your voice is not matching with what you write. So it's really getting a little bit confused.
Prabhu, is my voice and writing is sync to each other? Is there any issue with it? Fine, I think Prabhu is not here. Fine, I'll check that once.
It's what's looking like a little bit hanging.
Yeah.
You are too fast, and the system, what we can see, it is a little bit so slow.
Yeah, fine, I'll check it once.
Okay, thank you.
Here in this section, you can see the preview of the PO. As there is no output management determined, you cannot see the PO print right now. For this, to see the PO copy print, you need to have the backend configuration for messages so that you will be able to see the PO print. Is payment processing is a PICO role or MM role? Payment processing is a PICO role. Any more questions?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Manjunath.
Sir, after creating PO, is there any chance to edit quantity or rate wise?
Yes,
After that,
yes, you can do it. You have an option called change or edit here. This is the option to change the PO. If you click on this, it will come to the change mode so that you can change the PO quantity and the price also. In the real scenario, as soon as the PO is released, you cannot change the PO. As this is a demo system, you can change it.
Okay, sir.
Do we get tomorrow's software access? Yes, I think Prabhu has already shared some of the access user IDs to you guys. So he's trying to share in a bulk. So you may get by tomorrow. By tomorrow's completion of the class, you will have all your software ready, so that you can practice.
How many ways we can send the PO to the vendor?
You have different ways to send the PO through email. You can send a PDF to the vendor, or you can fax, or you can send through EDI. EDI is nothing but an interface between your system and the vendor system. There are nearly 4 to 5 methods where you can send the PO copy to the vendor.
Okay.
Hi, sir. This is Siddhesh. You have showed the T codes. How we have to create the T codes means before.
The T codes will be created by an ABAPer. You need to provide your requirement to the ABAPer. ABAPer will create the T codes. The complete coding part will be handled by the ABAPer.
And means as a consultant, we have to maintain the master data and we have to get the development work for the end user, right?
Yes.
What that means how we have to input that materials, like all these things, materials, vendor list, service. Is there
if you are transferring the data from other system to SAP system, then you have a concept called LTMC, BAPI, or BABI. Based on that, you can transfer the data from other system to our system. We have a separate session planned in the level 2 for these sections. And if you are creating a new system, you don't have the legacy system or the other system, the backend, then you need to create all the materials in a bulk.
Yeah. For creating a new system, is there any separate training class?
Yes, we have separate training class in level 2. What if we have sent the PO and then we have edited? If you have sent the PO copy to the vendor and post if you have edited those, then you can reprint the PO and send the PO copy to the vendor. After sending PO, it will be updated in the vendor SAP software automatically, or they will update manually. There are 2 options which is getting updated automatically. That is EDI, electronic data interface. Using electronic data interface, you can send the PO copy automatically to the vendor. If you want to send manually, or if the vendor does not have the SAP system or any other system to integrate with SAP, then you need to send it manually.
Hi, sir. This is Akshay here.
Yeah, Akshay.
Sir, let's say we have purchased some items and we have inverted it. We have done a goods receipt. Let's say there are 10 components and we have done the invoice receipt also.
Okay.
If suppose the quality person has rejected 2 components.
Okay.
In such scenario, what will happen, sir?
Akshay, what do you work? You work as an end user or you are a fresher?
I'm working as a purchaser.
Yeah. If you are working as a purchaser, you will have an idea that as soon as you do the GR and invoice has happened, you need to first reverse the invoice which is posted in the system. Then post that only you can reverse the GR. To reverse the invoice, you need to request the vendor. If it's already paid, then you need to request the vendor to submit the credit note. If it is not paid, then you can ask your accounts payable to reverse the invoice, and post that you need to reverse the GR. Without reversing the invoice, you should not reverse the GRN.
Okay.
Because that will get a complication in audit time.
Yeah.
And there are some other freshers in this group, so don't get worried based on these questions. You will get understand what is the business happens and how the business works in some of the days. In 2 or 3 weeks, you will know how the business works.
I have one question, Venkatesh. The T codes, is there any list? Means T codes list? How we can
T code list I'll provide you in the middle of the course.
Okay.
First I complete the mostly release procedure. In each and every class, when I do the course, when I teach the content for you, in the spot itself, I'll provide you the T codes there. What is my request is, as soon as I finish my class, whenever you're watching the videos of my class, make your own notes. If I'm teaching for 2 hours, you can make that video notes for 1 page, which is convenient for you, where you can revise it as soon as possible. If you have any interview, before going to the interview, you can directly revise your content within 10 to 15 minutes and go and give an interview. You need to prepare your notes in such a way. So in that notes, you can have your T codes, the process, complete process steps, and how the process works. If you make this type of notes day by day, when I complete the course, you can try the interview easily.
Okay, thank
you. Hello.
Yeah, right.
Actually, I'm not in the background from. I'm from design background. So for the doing the system practice after getting the system access, like 1-to-1, like it is practices depending upon. It'll be sharing from you like training, software training.
1-to-1 will not train how the system works. We will provide you some of the videos where you can learn how to work on the system.
Okay.
As per my knowledge and as per my old batches, I can assure you that within 2 to 3 classes, you can have a knowledge, some knowledge on the software side.
Okay.
Because none of them had an SAP experience, and they are freshers too, and they got knowledge within 1 or 2 weeks. But one thing, what is one thing is you need to practice in the tool, and if you face any doubts or issues in the system, you need to ask me immediately.
Like in the weekdays, can we able to get in touch?
In the weekdays from evening, mostly from 8 to 9, I'll be at the login. I'll be in the login stage. You can log in there and ask me questions.
Okay.
I'll be online from 8 to 9, so that you guys, anyone has an issue, or any guys want to speak personally, or you have any doubts the process or anything in the future scope, you can log in there and discuss with me.
Hello, Venkat sir. Sandeep here.
Yes, Sandeep.
Sir, I work as an end user. So I had a query last week saying, so there was a GR-IR mismatching. So unfortunately, the quantities are not matching. So the invoice team was unable to process that. So we asked that there was a wrong posting was done from the purchasing group. So by the time already we crossed the financial year to 2022. So where the end users were trying to change the quantity, reversing the extra quantity, but system was showing an error called that the final physical year was changed. So how can we come across how to solve these issues?
There are two
solutions. Yeah.
Two solutions for that. One is you need to, the simple solution is you need to avoid this issue. And whenever the audit comes into picture, whenever your company does the audit, you need to mention this point in the audit, and they can cover this issue in the audit. And the second thing is you need to ask your finance guy to open the financial year which is got closed. He can open. 2021 is not yet closed. 2021 will get closed on March. So he has just closed the posting period. You need to ask the financial guys to open the posting period so that you can reverse the posting in the same posting period. That can happen.
Yes, sir. Yes. Actually, we have reached to a super user. but he helped us to reverse the quantity.
Yeah, he can
But
reverse.
Venkatesh, what if this happened after the match? I mean, after the financial year end.
After the financial year, you cannot do anything. You need to cover this issue in audit time.
Okay.
It won't be done. If we do anything, if not, you can do that through the physical inventory, but that will take huge risk.
Yeah.
If the quantity is mismatching, then you can do the physical inventory. If the amount is mismatching, then nothing can be done.
So through movement types, there is a no solution, sir. Like manual movement. MB11 kind of thing.
No, there is no solution in movement type issue. You can do if there is mismatch in the quantity, you can do it in physical inventory concept. If there is amount issue, then it cannot be done in the physical inventory. You need to get this covered with the audit time itself.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Venkatesh, Darshan here.
Yeah, Darshan.
So I have two questions.
Yes.
It's not a technical kind of business related question on interest. My first simple question is Oracle is competitor for SAP in ERP?
No, Oracle is not the complete competitor of SAP because SAP has grown huge in the business now. They are the number one in the market. So each and every company prefers SAP because all the modules, all the work can be done in a single software. If you use Oracle, only the financial entries or the purchase entries can happen in Oracle, but the warehouse management cannot be done in the Oracle. That is the drawback in Oracle. So we cannot say that Oracle is a competitor for SAP.
Okay. My second question is, that's one only. While explaining what is ECC and S4HANA, you mentioned that ECC system using Oracle database, and also you mentioned that in implementation project, for example, one company already using Oracle as a consultant, we have to go there and analyze the company structure and propose our standard to use SAP ERP tool. That's why Oracle providing database services for SAP, for their competitor.
Okay. Oracle has their own database. Database is nothing but the server. The server is called as a database, where the complete data can be stored and which cannot be deleted and which can be backed up at any time. That is called as a database or server. Initially, when SAP started ECC, they did not have their own database. They had a low volume of amount. They did not have amount to invest on the database. To invest on the database or server, it takes a huge amount. So what they did is they used Oracle database on the contract basis, and Oracle used to supply just the database. This in their server, they used to provide some space to the SAP so that SAP can use that space and store the data there. Post that, SAP built huge now. Now what they did is they created their own database. To create a database, it is not a simple thing. To create a database, it takes nearly 4 to 5 years and it takes a huge amount. So Oracle is older than SAP. So they had their own database. So this SAP used their database for time being.
Thank you.
Thank you. No interest to supply. What is SAP share in India market? I don't know what is SAP share in India market. You can just Google it. Any more questions before I wrap up? Is Salesforce is similar to SAP? No, Salesforce is not similar to SAP.
Salesforce is only for CRM, which is there any other models?
Yes, it is completely for SRM and CRM.
SRM.
Yes. At what time do we have session tomorrow? At the same time, mostly at 4 o'clock.
Okay. Thank you, Venkatesh.
Fine. Thanks.
Okay. 1 second. So just a quick instruction for all of you. Since this is a lengthy course, right? So all of you, please be stick to the topics for your questions. Since it is a first session, so I did not restrict anyone to ask any questions which is not related to the content for the today. So we have freshers and we have a new to SAP people. So we have to stick to the topic every day. So from tomorrow, whatever the topic discussed today, and if anything covered in the previous day which you did not get chance to ask, we can ask any sort of questions related to the topic, not anything related to others. So for that, anyway, we have everyday week sessions, right? So there you can ask your any sort of doubts which is not related to the topic. So in live classes, kindly be stick to the topics. Just one instruction. And regarding to the server, I will start sending the credentials to everyone from tomorrow morning. Just keep it you guys. And in the evening after the class, I will explain how to get into the server and the basic settings and how to go with your enterprise structure. Everything will be explained tomorrow. So you can start practicing. So you have 1 week of time. In meanwhile, we will give you one task also, which you need to perform and submit one related to the topic. So I think hope all is clear. So we all will meet tomorrow at 4 p.m. Since until further notice, so class will be at 4 p.m. only every Saturday and Sunday. There is no change in time. And the discussion session class timings and days I will confirm you tomorrow, and which meeting link ID also I will share, where you can join and solve your questions. Okay. So thank you all. So see you all tomorrow. Thank you, Venkatesh. See you.
Thanks, Prabhu. Thanks, everyone.